Yo, what's good guys, LucaMAEntertainment here, bringing you guys episode 8 of season 4 top 10s. Now I did say I was gonna end this series on episode 8, but because of now college is finished and work is done, I will go up to episode 10. And also I do apologize for getting this video out a bit late. It is out on a Saturday and not on a Friday because I've been having internet problems recently, so it's been kind of hard to release videos. But without further ado, let us get into my top 10 favorite Pokemon movies. At number 10 we have Pokemon the movie Mewtwo Strikes Back, so it's the very first movie. Now if I didn't include the first movie in this top 10, I would click some kind of fraud. Now I'm not going to include the remastered version Mewtwo Strikes Back Evolution because that's basically just remastered, and like Dragon Ball Z Evolution, it wasn't as good. It was, well, the animation better, but the originals are always much better, like I said. But still, this movie on here for many reasons. It's the first movie, well, not many reasons, this is like one of the main reasons. It's the first movie, and if you don't like the first movie, then you're just trash. It's like it introduces the first major, or the two first major legendary Pokemon, like Mewtwo and Mew. Or Mew is like the you could say Mew is like somewhat of the creator of all the Gen 1 Pokemon and all Pokemon in general, because without Mew, Mewtwo wouldn't exist. And without Mew, because Mew can clone Pokemon apparently, then no other Pokemon exists. So yeah, and yeah, the movie's kind of great. You have just two legendary Pokemon going at it. At number 9 we have the Entei movie, which was the third movie. Now this movie I was debating whether to put on here because the Entei movie, first of all, I found it very not, I wouldn't say rushed. It was well put, but still, out of all characters, put this little girl in what's it called, in some sort of like tower of crystal, I suppose you want to call it, and an unknown who just comes out of nowhere if we think it's a legendary Pokemon. And I'm thinking, bro, it's not a legendary Pokemon, it's just some sort of random Pokemon. Because at first, when I was a kid, I always thought Unknown was a legendary Pokemon, but it was actually never a legendary Pokemon. But no, the battle between Entei and Charizard, as much as I don't like Charizard literally got demolished. Literally, Entei had Charizard's neck pinned against the floor. That was my favorite part. I'm thinking, yes. At the time I was a kid, so I didn't have any sort of hatred towards Charizard. But nah, now that I will go watch the movie back, it was absolutely great. That Charizard was pinned to the floor like I'm not even gonna say the words because that would just be unchild friendly. So and this is a child's movie, so anyway, I'm gonna get out of it before I make this movie into some sort of hatred for Charizard now. At number 8 we have the Pokemon movie Jirachi Wishmaker. Now this was, I think, the first of the Gen 3, I forgot what gen that was, but I think this was the first of the Gen 3 movies. If it was, there was the Rayquaza movie, but I'm not too sure, but I'm pretty sure this was the first one. And being the first one, it was a pretty good movie, to be honest, because for one, as most of you know, Jirachi is like my favorite psychic type. So yeah, and I love Jirachi. It's like one of my favorite mythical Pokemon out of all of the, what we call them, pixies, I suppose. Like Mew, Celebi, Hoopa, and then Jirachi. So obviously Jirachi is like my favorite one. If not, it's one of my favorite ones, because I know Hoopa is maybe up there, but we'll see. But yeah, Jirachi is one of my favorite pixies, and on top of that, to have Groudon in the mix as well, and have just a Rakdos Absol. Like Absol is one of those Pokemon you don't see rarely in the anime, and Flygon as well, we don't see rarely in the anime. So it was just a random ass treat, I suppose. And then we have Groudon, who was just being handmade, which didn't make any sense. That just freaked me out. That Groudon looked like it was just, made out of slime and everything like that, because it wasn't the real Groudon. The real Groudon obviously would look like the one we see on the screen right now, but the Groudon we saw just absorbed people, which regular Groudon didn't do that. Regular Groudon just it causes earthquakes. That's what I gotta say. At number 7 we have the Pokemon movie Arceus: The Joy of Life. Now this was literally a legendary battle. So I did the legendary, haha, but I'm just gonna stop now. But still, yeah, this movie was literally God tier. Another pun, didn't mean to do that, but still, literally this was the first time Pokemon had introduced a god within the anime, or within a movie, and literally we never saw Arceus again until the Hoopa movie, and literally we saw him all of twice, and Arceus was just, it was pissed, like he was just God, just unleashing his fury, because on the world because he was just pissed about humans backstabbing him in the back. Okay, my wording is really poor here. I do apologize. There you have. It's cool how we have Dialga and Poké and Giratina teaming up. Like we have Time and Space, who literally did not like each other at all in the beginning, and then you have the king of the underworld, for God's sake, who's teaming up with Time and Space to stop God. I'm thinking, bro, this is just like some sort of messed up, like, what's the word? Dilemma. I can't think of the correct word for that, but like, it's just a battle of gods, literally. Another, this is just a Dragon Ball reference in a Pokemon reference. It literally is just among that. Like it says on the screen, a tale untold, a legend unleashed. Literally, that's what it was. It's literally a god being unleashed from his slumber and being resurrected after all these years. Jesus Christ, man, he was actually just great battle, great movie. At number 6, we have the 5th movie, Pokemon Heroes. Now, yeah, we're diving right back into Gen 2 after talking about a Gen 4 movie, but that's okay. It does have some Gen 3 Pokemon in there too. Now, the only reason this movie is ranked a bit lower than the rest and is ranked above the Jewel of Life, because on top of that, soundtracks in this movie, absolutely great, and it's one of the best movies of all time in my opinion, but I have movies that I do like much better out of the Pokemon franchise. Excuse me. But yeah, this movie was ranked up number 6 because it has both Latios and Latias, which are the Eon Pokemon if you don't know. Now, Eon, I don't know if that's got anything to do with time. So at the time when I was a kid, I would always think, okay, yeah, the red one and blue one, or what they're called. Like, I would never know which one I liked better. I would let you Latios because it's more of a serious look type of thing. And then Latios because it's just one of those type of, it's red. Like, red's one of my favourite colours. But I didn't really have any reasoning back then when I liked it, but this movie was pretty good. And on top of that, they introduced the Soldew, which later on became an item in the games, because we never got the Soldew in any of the other games. And Latios and Latios were, I think, yeah, they were introduced Gen 3, and then we got the, I think, did we get an event for them? I feel like we did, but I feel like at the end of maybe Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire or Ruby Sapphire Emerald, you would go to chase one of them down of your choosing, but I think in one of them you had to choose, but still. I like what they did with the events in the games, and the movie was pretty good as well. And yeah, Latios kissing Ash, that was just the most awkward thing ever, because we don't know if it was Latios or the actual girl that was in the movie. So yeah, more mysteries to be solved. Hitting midway point at number 5 is the Celebi movie, Pokemon Forever. Now this movie ranks above the Latios and Latios movie is because literally Latios died at the end. That's literally it. Well, Celebi didn't die at the end. Celebi somewhat died and came back and then left. Literally left to go back in time again. But one of the best things I like about this movie, Suicune is in the movie, because Suicune was never featured in the anime at all until this movie. And on top of that, why is this Suicune's little thing, you know, in the middle green? I don't know, but that's just the picture. I'm just going to ignore that. But as I was saying, also, other than Celebi and Suicune in the movie, you know, the kid who found Celebi and came back or came forward into the future, that was Professor Oak, my dude. Oh my god, when I found that out, because when I was a kid I didn't know who the hell it was, and then when I went to watch it back when I was a bit older, I put the pieces together and thinking, oh my god, it's Professor Oak! He was the kid! It makes sense because his name is Samuel Oak, but then because they called him Sam, oh my god, it makes so much sense. And he likes to draw Pokemon as well. Oh my god, it made so much sense. But one thing we didn't understand is they only said that Professor Oak travelled to the Kanto region, but he sounds he's from Johto, and that place was in the Johto region, so how did that even make any sort of sense? That's the real question. And in this picture is Ash standing on Suicune. I don't know, but anyway guys, I'm going to ignore the fact that this picture is really bad and it's basically a DVD cover, but yeah, let's move on. At number 4 we have the Rise of Darkrai movie. Now, this is probably one of the most generic Pokemon movies that everyone loves. If you don't like this movie, you're an actual fraud, because it was like when it came out, everyone watched it multiple times, and you guarantee that because it was the first Gen 4 movie first of all, and on top of that, everyone loves Darkrai in their right mind, and everyone loves the Gen 4 Pokemon, so yeah. But Darkrai is one of those Pokemon that everyone loves, like including me. Like, I don't have it like on top 10 favorite Pokemon or any sort of favorite Pokemon, but I like Darkrai as a Pokemon. Like, it's one of those Pokemon I think looks cool, and it deserves a bit more love from me, I suppose. But I don't know. But ignoring Darkrai for the moment, then we have Dialga and Palkia, who come in out of nowhere. They introduced the Gen 4 legendaries finally into the anime, and then I think they introduced them later again in the anime as well as in other Pokemon movies, because they bring Dialga back in Pokemon the Giratina movie, and then they bring them back in the Arceus movie as well. But still, they introduced them in the anime sometime that is not a movie, if you know what I mean. But still, now everyone loves a Darkrai movie because you have a clash of bloody titans and it destroys the world somehow. Literally, it nearly destroys the town. How does time and space not destroy the world? It should destroy the world. And then Darkrai tries to stop it, and then it's all big sad when Darkrai dies, but then comes back. No one ever dies in Pokemon because that would just be ridiculous. Apart from Arceus, but still, we don't talk about that. At number 3, we have the Zoroark Master of Illusions movie. Now, another Gen 4 movie. Yes, there were at least 3 Gen 4 movies in this list. If you're mad, then complain, but still, I don't care. Still, Gen 4 movie is great. This movie is great because they brought back Celebi, and they actually introduced the shiny versions of the beasts or dogs or whatever they are into the games and into the anime. Because yeah, when I first saw them, I'm thinking, whoa, those aren't the regular ones. I'm thinking, wait, I need to go look them up, because at the time I didn't know what shiny Pokemon were. I was a kid, so I didn't really have any sort of clue. I don't even know when this movie came out, but we'll see. Because when I first saw it, I think Black and White was out at the time when this movie came out, but I'm not too sure. And not too bad to bring back Celebi. It must have been like a huge thing because everyone must have lost the Celebi movie. I don't know, maybe it was something to do with something else, but you know what I mean. But aside from the movie itself, it was pretty good. They introduced Zoroark, Pokemon that could transform into other Pokemon and then turn back. Basically illusions. Yep, that's basically it. So it's basically a better Ditto. Well, actually, is it better? Actually, it's not. You can still use just regular moves, but still, it's basically a worse Ditto, should I say. But on top of that, the soundtrack in the game, or the music, should I say, absolutely incredible. Love it. If you don't like any of the songs, I'm pretty sure there's a song called Believe. I think something to do with Believe. I cannot remember the exact title, but still, listen to it. You will have a blast, and it's absolutely incredible. I love this song, and I have it on my phone. Yeah, I should really go on my phone, but yeah. If I can find it, I'll leave it in the description too. So that way you guys can have a listen, because if you don't remember, most of you probably do remember, but we will see. But anyway, let's move on to number 2. Now we move on to second place on the list. Now you have to see this coming, because I did mention Hooper before. We have Hooper and the Clash of Ages. Now this movie I've watched countless times. I've watched it countless times. I could not watch it more times anymore, because literally I've watched it so many times. Literally, I only like this movie. Well, I don't only like this movie for certain reasons, but I like this movie because it's just a shiny Mega Rayquaza. It has all the legendary Pokemon and the primals, and then you have Hooper Unbound, and then you have Arceus, who finally came back to the dead, from the dead, sorry. And then literally, you never see Arceus after the movie. Literally, it's just sad. And even though Arceus was only in this movie for all of like 5 minutes, and it doesn't even matter, but still, they showcased most of the legendary Pokemon. Literally, like I was so hyped when I saw Giratina, the Primals, and Mega Latios, and Latios were in there too, which doesn't make any sense. Latios died. How is he back? Well, that makes it could be multiple Latioses, but still, none of the movies are canon, so it doesn't really even make sense. Like, imagine a Pokemon dying. That literally would just make it even more sad. But still, you know what's going on. Literally, Mega Rayquaza, shiny, I loved it, literally. And on top of that, I liked how Clement, I think that's his name. Yeah, that's definitely his name. I don't remember. Gen 6 was like one of the best animes. Clement, I like how he I borrowed Ash's Frogadier. I'm thinking, bro, if Ash Greninja was in this movie, this should have been the final movie, but the Volcano movie has to of course be the final. But that's because they wanted to showcase all of the Mega Evolutions, because they hadn't showcased all of them in the anime yet, which they still haven't, because I'm pretty sure Mega Altari hasn't been introduced in the anime. I know there's a Mega that hasn't been introduced in the anime yet. I know there's another one. I know there's another one. I just need to think of it, because I can't think of it right now. But still, enough about that. I love this movie. I have one more thing to say about this movie. Ole hoopering, yeah. So anyway, guys, let's move on to the first place spot, which is pretty obvious if you don't know by now. Now, if you didn't see this coming by now, this movie was the birth of my mascot, the birth of how I came to like Lucario as my favorite Pokemon. Literally, if you look at it, this Pokemon literally looks like Son Goku. Well, Lucario looks like Son Goku, but literally, look, it's literally using Aura Sphere as Goku uses Kamehameha. And on top of that, if you think about it, I'm pretty sure Lucario's voice actor was Goku. If you look up in the dub, obviously, because I know one watches these movies in sub, unless you're some type of weeb and wants to watch it in both. But yeah, I only watch the movies in dub, literally. It's Goku's voice actor. On top of that, I like the lore behind the movie because literally you have, what's his face? Sir Aaron, I think that's his name. Literally, he's literally Ash's ancestor. If you look at it, he's Ash's ancestor. And on top of that, if you look at Ash and Sir Aaron, they have the same hair as Goku. Literally, they're Goku's ancestors. They're all of them, I swear to God. And then I like how Mew was Ho-Oh. Literally, Mew was transformed into Ho-Oh, which sort of wound me up because that means the first episode, that means Mew must have been Ho-Oh because Ho-Oh didn't exist in Gen 1. And on top of that, if Ho-Oh did exist in Gen 1, they literally teased it. Well, they had to have been Ho-Oh because he dropped the Rainbow Wing for Ash, which we never saw again. What happened to that Rainbow Wing? Literally, no, but still. This is another movie they brought back Mew, because like in the Zoroark movie, they brought back Celebi, but they brought back Mew in this movie. I'm just a bit. And also, they introduced Barnsley. I think, no, Munchlax was already in the movie, but still. They introduced Barnsley, and they had Brock catch it in the anime, which I'm thinking. My man says they might have made Brock get the Bonsai in this movie, which didn't make any sense because he was never in the movie. Or not even in the movie. Bonsai wasn't even supposed to be in the movie. It's not supposed to be a canon thing, but still. Lucario, Mystery of Mystery of Mew, absolutely great, love it. A bit sad Lucario died in the end, but then he went introduced him to Gen 4, so it made a bit of sense. But we all love it, and Lucario's great, don't we all know it? Anyway, and that, my fellow viewers, is going to be it for the video. Now, I hope you enjoyed this top 10. Do apologise if I waffled more than I should have, and I do apologise if I didn't explain why the movies are my favourite, but I did explain it for a few of them. But no, my list is a bit weird because I literally just put some of this list together because I only had like a few favourite movies at first. Like, obviously, my two favourite movies, obviously the Lucario and Hooper movie, and obviously I really like the Darkrai movie. Everyone loves the Darkrai movie, but still, I didn't really have like a list planned out. So this top 10 wasn't even planned. I just put them together on the spot because I wanted to get a video out for you guys. But I do have an idea of what top 10 I'm going to do next because we do have, I believe, 2 more episodes. Technically we have 9 and 10. Yeah, 9 and 10, so there's 2 more episodes. So yeah, we have 9 and 10 left, and I do have an idea for 9. I will have to think of one for 10, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I'm LucaMAEntertainment, and I'll see you guys in the next video I do. Peace out, guys.